If you love larger-than-life murals or just dope pieces of street art, then get ready for a trip through the work of some of the fiercest Latino artists today on American Latino Presents State of the Art. Art out there on such a global level.
To be able to give to women my art.
It's the communities that inspire me.
That's what I want to represent with my artwork.
The community's proud of that.
Mural education and production here in the city.
So as long as you're true to your work will be true to you.
Hi guys, welcome to American Latino Presents State of the Art. I'm Justin Bua, and this is my studio. I'm an artist for the people, by the people, and of the people. And that's because I really love to paint the common people. The DJ, the b-boy, the MC, the graph writer, the people who are marginalized. Same way in the vein of Rembrandt or Diego Rivera. They painted the working class blue-collar people. I also paint people that I love, like Bruce Lee. People who are masters at their craft and are great and excellent at what they do. And you might also know me from my TV show, Street Art Throwdown, that was on Oxygen. And of course, from the United States Stamp Committee. I'm one of 12 people that actually pick and choose America's stamp. That's crazy, but I do it. And you can check more about what I do and why I do it coming up right now. Check it out. What's up? My name is Bua, and I'm an artist. My childhood growing up in New York City was absolutely insane. You know, I lived next to two welfare hotels on my block. I had 200 in my neighborhood. New York City was chaos. It was like the Wild Wild West. It was Dodge City. So there was a certain lawless energy that allowed hip hop to be born because we didn't have any rules and we had all this angst and all this energy and desire to be creative. And hip hop came from that really raw sense of change. We wanted to do something positive. So that was my world. It was chaotic but incredibly creative. Plus, I would go to the Freedom Tunnels and the Ghost Yards and I would see all this incredible graffiti. So it was an amalgamation of the classical work in my house and the art on the street that really got digested by my brain. And that's really my style. My style really comes from b-boying, from the energy and the rhythms of popping. You know, it's got this kind of angularity, but it also has a flow to it. You know, I started doing slick bottom skateboards for the skating industry back in the days, and all the kids really liked my work, and then I started doing posters, a series of fine art posters. And my DJ painting, you know, sold literally like tens of thousands overnight. And I realized at that point, like, wow, I could do this as a life. People are really loving my stuff. Basically, street art was getting into galleries back in the days. You know, Fab Five Freddy, Lee Quinones, Tracy 168, they were actually in galleries in New York City. But the massive explosion has just happened recently because street art is so authentic. We don't want to see a bunch of sloppy, half-finished pieces. So keep it together, keep it tight, keep it clean.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Well, I created the show. I created the show with my partner, Darren Chavez. So I really have always mentored kids. I taught all over. I taught at USC for 10 years. And I was really always into mentoring and making a better situation for kids, giving them the skill sets that they need. So Street Art Throwdown is the perfect vehicle for me. Not only am I the host and the judge, but I'm able to mentor them to take them to another level. I want to introduce you guys to your guest judge for this throwdown, renowned artist and activist, Tatiana Vazlalezadeh. Street Art Throwdown is an amazing opportunity to get these kids' work on a world platform. People need to see art. Art is important, and Street Art Throwdown allows the world to see artists. Not just the contestants, but the judges as well. Street art is probably the most important artistic movement ever. It's the longest movement ever. It's been around since the 60s. It's still growing, it's still getting bigger. It's lasted longer than Dadaism, Neoclassicism, Fauvism, Impressionism. Painting outside, interacting with public space has been going on since the beginning of time. I think for the first time ever, the world is ready for this. The world is ready to see art out there on such a global level. I mean, now's the time. Up next on American Latino Presents, State of the Art.
In the forehead, I put a cockroach and it has a fist in it, like a people power fist. And the cockroach is actually a reference to this book by Oscar Zeta Acosta. He was taking back the term cockroach because I was used to, it was a racial slur for raza back in the days. He took it and then he turned it into like not as much as an empowerment, more about like rebellion,